It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. In 1932, Gillette had a problem. There are two razors. I say the razors they were making, they were really using outdated methods, by the way. And in their competition, they kind of caught up. See, they were using a process that was too slow, a process that was too expensive, a process that was labor intensive. And in fact, the competition had a better process. Although the clients didn't recognize it, they couldn't keep up with the profits. So they said, look, we've got to make a change. We've got to slow down. And you think about in your own business when it's time to update the sales process, when it's time to meet a client need, when it's time to update with technology. It happens to all of us. So here's the interesting thing. Back then, Gillette decided to hire this 24-year-old hotshot, right? By the way, right out of technical school. His name was Herbert H. Grunman. Now, Herbert H. Grunman was fresh. He was new, and he looked at it entirely different. Instead of saying, how much money are we losing, and what do we do to stop losing money? He says, what do we need to do to be competitive? What do we need to do to make this process better? And I'll tell you, senior management in the beginning, they cringed. They said, oh, no, we can't change what we're doing. But the clients were asking for it. The market was asking for it. The demand was asking for it. And, you know, it's oftentimes that we have to change up our smart sales systems, just like Gillette had to do. So he realized he had to do something different. Said, hey, what if we create something a little bit different and we do it? And here's what he recommended. I'm going to make it real simple. But he said, let's create a base plate. And this base plate is all you're needed. And you can take the razor and insert it in the base plate. So therefore, they don't have to change the bait plates. They're just changing the razor. This will make it easy. This will make it simple. And they called it the Stapleman product or the Stapleman model, by the way. And it revolutionized not only how Gillette did it, but in time, how the whole market changed and switched. Whoa, the design even had a patent. I mean, you can imagine how important this was. But it was all from the demand of the sales team saying, we need a new sales system. They didn't use smart sales system back then, but they needed a way to connect with their clients, a way to solve a problem, and a way to serve those folks who they've been serving over time who are now drifting towards other clients and other markets. And Gillette, well, they're still the huge juggernaut. They're still the company that we know today. And they're a dominant player in the marketplace, even at today's date. So what's my big takeaway for you as a CEO? Number one, it's all about having a smart sales system. Just like Gillette needed to take a step back and slow down in order to speed up, by meeting their clients' demands, by having a smart sales system, by having a sales structure in place, allow them to process that. In that case, it was a product, could have been a service. They were able not only to stay in business, but to only indeed dominate, which, well, they're very profitable today. So you do that, and you will see your sales go up, 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 up in a way. With that being said, by the way, my name is Shay Brown. It's an honor and a privilege to serve you. I'm excited to be here today. And we're going to start off the way we do every single morning, which I love to start off, which is if you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Now, this is very important. You've heard this so many times, but I start off every single morning that way because I want to remind us as CEOs that we've got to focus on the one area that generates revenue. So repeat these words after me. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. Now, you might say, Shay, why? Because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. Without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. Shay, what's the point you want to make? The point I want to make is sales is serious business at the end of the day. So every CEO, when they wake up every single morning, they need to say three things. I will learn, I will earn, and I will return. Now, when you say those words, you don't just say those words because they're words to say. You say those words as a mantra to your sales department, to your sales organization. This is the focus. You've got a lot of things to focus on, but in this conversation, we're all focused on generating revenue. So repeat these words after me as a CEO. I must learn something new in order to earn new revenue from current clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. And when you do that, boy, it makes a difference, doesn't it? Now, we have three outcomes or three objectives. Our number one objective is about sales progress. So every day we're looking to take the sales you have and how do you take it up another level and another level and you get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Number two is really all about, well, the obstacles out there. The case study we talked about a second ago, they had obstacles in front of them. There were roadblocks. How do we overcome those roadblocks? Number 3, it's about understanding the 5 sales pillars. And I repeat this every single morning because it's the core and the foundation of our company. There are 5 sales pillars you must know and understand as a CEO in order to be successful. Sales pillar number 1 is you must have a one-page CEO sales plan. That's important. Number 2, you must have a sales message. Now, the sales message is what you say, when you say, and how you say it. Number 3, well, in reverse order, is the sales cycle. You must understand the cycle your clients go through from the time that you attract to the time you communicate inside your community to the time they're ready to make a buy-in decision and you're ready to make an offer or convert them to a client. And then on the side, you've got to serve. And then number 4, it's about understanding your CEO sales dashboard. What drives it? What are the indicators that are going to drive the business more than anything else? And I want you to really pay very, very close attention to this because sometimes people overlook this. And as a result, they spin their wheels over and over again. And number 5, you must have a sales team. Now, even if you're the sales team, you've got to have a sales team. Those are our 5 objectives. And every morning when we get started, I love to start off reminding you, if you haven't downloaded the CEO sales dashboard, go download it now. We're going to talk about that shortly. But here's what I like to do. For those folks that are tuning in every single morning, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. It's an honor and a privilege to come and be broadcasting in your ears. For some of you right now, I'm playing on your iPad or your phone, your mobile device. Others are on a tablet or iPad. However, some of you are watching me on the big screen right now, by the way. You're streaming this. It's so exciting to be here. Do me a favor. If you can see me live, look below the video and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal. You're in the building. You showed up, and we appreciate you, by the way. And if you listen to the replay, it's okay. Hit hashtag replay. You're still here. You showed up every morning at 8 a.m. is not your time, but whenever it is your time, you're taking 1% of your day, about 15 minutes on average, and you're able to say, hey, I'm focused on sales. Or if you're watching on demand, we appreciate you on Apple TV, Roku, all our podcasters out there. Shout out to you. Big shout outs. If you're going back, listening to some old episodes, thanks for tuning in. Drop me a note over at I am Che Brown. Let me know you're in the building. Let me know what you enjoy most about it. I respond to every single message because I appreciate every single one of you who are growing your business and focus on getting to $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. Now, people always ask, Shay, what's the purpose? What's the goals, mission, and objectives of the CEO Sales Huddle? CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster. So you already know how to sell. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be incredible. But here's our big why. Our big why is about sales growth. It's about accountability. It's about consistency. So why do you show up? You show up because, you want to grow. Got it. Check that off. You show up because you look for accountability. You're in this conversation around sales and success. We're in this conversation. These ideas are top of mind to you, and they're top of mind to you. You're more likely to do it. And number 3, come on now. You know, consistency is the key. And I only ask for 15 minutes a day. There are 1,440 minutes in every day. We only ask for 15 minutes a day. That's 1% of your day to focus on the one area that truthfully, when you get it right and you serve, it generates revenue that provides the revenue that you need to purchase the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. So this is a very serious conversation. I may laugh and I may joke, and that's kind of my style, but it's very serious. Selling is serious business. I want you to know that it's serious business. We try to make it fun and easy, but it's serious business. We have one outcome. Our number one outcome is for you to earn $100,000 plus over and beyond whatever you would earn if you weren't doing this right now. You're in this conversation. The idea is the top of mind to you. It means you're more likely to execute. You're more likely to do it. So I'm really excited you're here. Now, there was a problem in the market. And the problem in the market was people said, Shay, how do I get to $100,000? Seriously. And my number one thing was, well, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. And I said, well, what are you measuring? Like, you want to get to 100,000. You want to double your revenue. You want to 10x your revenue. You want to 2 times your revenue. You want to multiply whatever the revenue you got today by 2, by 4, by 5, by 10, whatever the multiplier factor is, you want that. What are you measuring? And you know what the reality was? They weren't measuring anything. Okay, maybe they were measuring the number of sales they got. Maybe. Okay, maybe they measured what's in their bank account. That's a big maybe. So I said, well, let's put together something you can use. And we created the CEO Sales Dashboard. Now, the CEO Sales Dashboard is something you can download. The whole purpose of it is for you to measure the 5 key areas you need in your business: leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. And there's only 5 indicators. And we made it in a way that we created a form. If you don't have it, you can go to www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Again, www.ceosalesdashboard.com. Once you get there, you're going to see this form here. Now, you're probably seeing me because I'm probably in the corner somewhere. I mean, move me out the way here. And if you go up it and you look across the top, find today's date. Now, this is very important. Once you find today's date, I want you to look at leads, appointments, offers. Now, let's just stop at leads. Don't go any further than this right now. And you look at the leads boxes. Now, you can personalize this later. But right now, put in how many new leads went into your database yesterday. If it's 10, put the number 10 down. How many of those leads were engaged leads? How many of those leads were referrals? How many of those leads were you able, or your team able to qualify? The one thing I want you to subscribe to is what gets measured gets managed. What gets measured gets better. We're going to measure that. But you're like, wait a minute, Shay, can you slow down for a moment? I got some other categories here. We'll get to those categories, but let's focus on first just leads. So you look at new to the CRM, put down the number of leads that came in yesterday. Then you can go back and look at the number of leads that came in the day before yesterday. Then look at the number of leads that came in over the last 3 weeks, the last 30 days, the last 60 days, the last 9 days. Let's go back and let's look at the trend. And let's see the activities that you've been doing that have produced at least leads. That's one of the ways that you're going to make more sales, is you find more people who have a problem that you want to help solve. Isn't that a great way of doing it? You find someone with a problem. They're looking for you. They find you. And you say, this is how I solve it. And they can say yes or they can say no, right? You don't have to persuade or convince them to do that. Isn't that a great way to do it? Doesn't that just feel good? Doesn't that feel like you're serving, by the way? Now, what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. Make a commitment today. Drop me a DM over at I am Che Brown and just say CEO Sales Dashboard. That's the bat signal that you completed your CEO Sales Dashboard this morning. I'm going to respond to every DM. You can post below if you want, if that's easy. If you're able to watch this live, congratulations. If you're able to watch this live, then you go ahead and you post down live because you can see this. That's pretty cool. But you go ahead and do that now. Now, after you do that, we're going to do something else. Now, our next segment is one of my favorite segments. Of course, they're all my favorite segments, or we wouldn't do it. And the next segment is, we're going to focus on the one area that I think is super important. That is celebrate wins. Sometimes you show up and you don't take time, and I haven't used to not take time, look at what works and what didn't work. And when I do that, I start acknowledging myself, because I haven't read anywhere yet in all the books I read, all the audios and the classes and the coaching session, the money that I spent and the mentors, that anywhere yet that when you beat yourself up, you do a better job. And I know in sales, at the end of the day, we beat ourselves up. If we didn't get the sale, we beat ourselves up. If someone didn't buy, we beat ourselves up. If we didn't feel like we had a good day, we beat ourselves up, right? Let's step back and let's acknowledge some wins. Let's pat ourselves on the back for what was working. So do me a favor right now. Ask yourself 3 questions. For the sales team just yesterday, what are you most proud of? You as the CEO for your sales department, what are you most proud of? We're going to slow down for a moment. Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday? And then if you could come on here and just brag for a moment, and you could just brag and say, wow, Shay, the sales department took these actions yesterday. This was the activity of the sales department yesterday. These were the conversations the sales department had yesterday. What would it be? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that incredible? And I want you right now just to acknowledge yourself, like pat yourself on the back. Great job. You did it. You hung in there. And now as you do that, we understand that life's not no crystal stair. There's some rainbows. It's not all cupcakes. It's not all unicorns. There's going to be some ups and some downs. So let's look at some hurdles that are out there. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? Powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get exactly what you focus on. So I'm going to ask you right now to focus right now. What was the biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? And what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life and or business forward, and make a decision that today is the day. Today's the day you're going to move forward. It's not going to hold you back. My big message to you for showing up today, and this is my message to you, is take action. Take action. The universe rewards people who take action differently than those that don't. And even if you're taking action and there's uncertainty, you can always change the course. Even if you're taking some action and it wasn't the way you wanted to, you can always make it better. But what I want you to do is stay in activity mode and keep taking the right actions, keep taking the right steps. You do that, and I promise you, not only will you grow your business, but you'll have a very, very, very successful business. With that being said, thanks for joining the CEO Sales Huddle. My name is Shay Brown. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve you. Make it a great day, everyone, and we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. God bless, and I wish you all success. Peace for now. We out of here. Later, everybody.